Your mind is the architect of your reality. It is the master sculptor, shaping your world with every thought you entertain, every belief you hold, and every emotion you allow to take root. If you do not take command of your mind, it will rule you, leading you down paths you never intended to walk. Thoughts are seeds, and whatever you plant will grow, whether it be success or failure, joy or misery, strength or weakness. The question is, who is in control? Are you consciously directing your mind toward the life you desire, or are you letting old fears, doubts, and limitations drive you? The time has come to seize control, to break free from the chains of negative thinking and step into your true power. Your mind is not just a passive receiver of experiences, it is the creator of them. Every thought you hold, every belief you entertain, and every emotion you nurture sends ripples into the world around you. Whether you realize it or not, the circumstances of your life are a direct reflection of the mental environment you maintain. If you fill your mind with thoughts of limitation, struggle, and failure, you will find yourself encountering obstacles at every turn. But if you cultivate thoughts of strength, abundance, and confidence, you will see doors open where none existed before. The world outside you is nothing more than a projection of the world within you. Everything you experience, your relationships, your opportunities, your setbacks, is shaped by the dominant patterns of your thinking. If you constantly expect disappointment, life will provide evidence to support that expectation. If you believe that success and joy are your birthright, you will begin to move in ways that attract them effortlessly. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply brings forth into reality whatever is most consistently impressed upon it. Your thoughts are living forces, vibrating with energy, and that energy resonates with the circumstances you encounter. A mind filled with self-doubt and worry will unknowingly pull in situations that reinforce those states of mind. A person who constantly fears failure will hesitate to take action, sabotage their own progress, and miss out on opportunities that could have changed their life. On the other hand, someone who walks with certainty and confidence will naturally attract the right people, the right situations, and the right conditions to bring their desires to life. Most people believe they are reacting to life when, in reality, life is reacting to them. They assume that their circumstances dictate their thoughts, but the truth is the exact opposite. A person who feels powerless believes that they are at the mercy of external events. But a person who understands the creative power of the mind knows that their external world is a mirror of their internal state. Change the internal and the external must follow. This is not wishful thinking, it is an unbreakable law. Many people unknowingly keep themselves trapped in cycles of struggle because they do not realize they are feeding their minds with the very thoughts that keep them stuck. They wake up worrying about the same problems, dwelling on the same limitations, and expecting the same difficulties, and as a result, their lives continue in the same predictable patterns. They do not recognize that by simply shifting their focus, by deliberately choosing thoughts of possibility instead of limitation, they could begin to break free from the prison of their own making. The power of the mind is not limited to your conscious thoughts alone. It is the subconscious beliefs that truly shape your reality. Your deepest assumptions, whether you are worthy, whether life is generous or cruel, whether you are capable of great things, operate beneath the surface, influencing every choice you make, every opportunity you see or miss, and every action you take. These beliefs were often formed early in life, but they are not set in stone. With awareness and deliberate effort, they can be reshaped, and in doing so, your life will transform accordingly. To take control of your reality, you must first take control of your mind. This requires discipline, awareness, and the willingness to challenge the thoughts that do not serve you. It means catching yourself when you slip into negative patterns, refusing to indulge in self-defeating beliefs, and replacing them with thoughts that empower and uplift you. It is not enough to simply want a better life. You must assume the mindset of the person who already lives that life. When you begin to think, act, and feel as though your desired reality is already true, the world will have no choice but to align with your vision. You hold the key to your own transformation. The mind is your most powerful tool, and whether it builds you up or tears you down depends entirely on how you use it. The moment you decide to take control, to become the master of your thoughts rather than their servant, is the moment your life begins to change in ways you never imagined possible. What you assume to be true, whether consciously or unconsciously, becomes the foundation of your experiences. Every belief you hold, whether empowering or limiting, influences the way you perceive the world, the way you act, and ultimately the results you see in your life. Assumptions are not just passive thoughts, they are active forces shaping the reality around you. They dictate how you carry yourself, how you interpret situations, and how the world responds to you. When you assume success, confidence, and abundance, your thoughts, words, and actions align with those expectations, and the world begins to mirror them back to you. Many people unknowingly assume failure before they even attempt something new. They expect rejection before they speak, they anticipate struggle before they begin, and they mentally prepare for disappointment long before they have even given themselves a chance to succeed. These assumptions are not harmless, they are self-fulfilling. The mind, once convinced of a certain reality, will work tirelessly to prove itself right. It will distort perceptions, filter out opportunities, and direct actions in a way that ensures the assumption becomes a lived experience. Assumptions shape behavior in subtle yet powerful ways. If you assume you're not worthy of love, you will act in ways that push people away, reinforcing the belief. If you assume wealth is difficult to attain, you will overlook opportunities and sabotage financial growth without realizing it. If you assume life is full of struggle, your mind will focus on hardship, and even moments of ease will be dismissed as temporary. Every assumption you hold silently dictates the way you move through the world. And until you change those internal expectations, no amount of effort will override them. The mind does not wait for proof before forming assumptions. It takes whatever beliefs it holds and finds evidence to support them. If someone believes they are unlucky, they will notice every misfortune while ignoring the moments of grace and opportunity. If someone believes they are destined for success, they will find lessons in failures and keep pushing forward because they assume victory is inevitable. The external world is not as fixed as it appears. Perception plays a crucial role, and perception is dictated by assumption. Two people can walk into the same room, face the same challenges, and interact with the same people, yet one will see possibilities while the other sees obstacles, all because of the assumptions they bring with them. Assumptions do not just shape how you see the world, they shape how the world sees you. If you assume yourself to be confident, your posture, tone, and energy will reflect that assumption, and others will respond accordingly. If you assume yourself to be weak or insignificant, you will carry yourself in a way that invites disregard. The way people treat you is often a reflection of the identity you have assumed for yourself. The assumption becomes the experience, and the experience reinforces the assumption, creating a cycle that can either uplift or trap you. It is easy to believe that life is happening to you, that circumstances are random, and that your experiences are dictated by forces beyond your control. But at the core of every experience lies an assumption that shaped it. A person who assumes that relationships never last will unconsciously behave in ways that push people away, confirming their belief. A person who assumes that opportunities always come their way will approach life with a level of openness and confidence that attracts those very opportunities. The mind is always searching for validation, and whatever you assume, it will find ways to confirm. The power to change your life lies in changing your assumptions. The process is not about forcing yourself to think positively, but about deeply embedding new beliefs that serve you. It requires looking at the beliefs that have shaped your experiences and questioning them. Are they true, or have they simply been assumed to be true? Are they serving you, or are they keeping you trapped? When you begin to assume that you are capable, worthy, and destined for greatness, your actions, your energy, and your reality will begin to shift accordingly. Every moment, you are either reinforcing old assumptions or creating new ones. The mind is always at work, shaping the lens through which you see the world. If you wish to change your reality, the change must first begin with what you assume to be true. Whatever you expect from life, life will find a way to deliver. The mind is a powerful tool capable of shaping reality according to the thoughts it entertains. It can be your greatest ally or your most relentless enemy, depending on whether you control it or allow it to control you. An undisciplined mind is like an untamed beast, wild, reactive, and driven by impulses that serve no purpose other than to keep you trapped in cycles of doubt, fear, and hesitation. It runs on autopilot, repeating the same patterns, reacting to the same triggers, and leading you in the same direction, regardless of how much you wish for change. Without discipline, the mind is a chaotic force, pulling you away from your goals instead of toward them. Every moment of the day, the mind is processing information, drawing conclusions, and making assumptions. If left unchecked, it will naturally gravitate toward what is familiar, comfortable, and often self-defeating. Negative thoughts arise effortlessly because they are rooted in past experiences and deep-seated fears. The mind is always searching for validation, proving itself right by reinforcing the beliefs it already holds. If you have lived in fear, your mind will find reasons to stay fearful. If you have always doubted yourself, your mind will continue producing thoughts that justify self-doubt. This cycle will continue until you take control and consciously decide what you allow your mind to focus on. Disciplining your mind means training it to work for you rather than against you. It requires a commitment to filtering the thoughts you entertain, questioning the beliefs you hold, and rejecting any mental patterns that do not serve your highest good. It means refusing to indulge in self-pity, eliminating excuses and pushing through resistance when the mind tries to convince you to settle for less. A disciplined mind does not entertain distractions or give in to fleeting emotions. It remains focused, steady, and unwavering in its purpose. It sees obstacles but does not bow to them. It hears doubt but does not obey it. Most people do not realize that they are being ruled by their own minds. They believe their thoughts are random, their emotions are uncontrollable, and their reactions are simply a part of who they are. But the truth is, the mind can be trained just as a muscle can be strengthened. It can be conditioned to reject negativity, to resist distraction, and to focus only on what aligns with one's purpose. This training does not happen overnight, nor does it happen by chance. It requires daily practice, relentless awareness, and a refusal to let old patterns dictate new outcomes. The undisciplined mind is easily swayed by the external world. It reacts to criticism, doubts its own abilities, and gives in to fear at the first sign of difficulty. It seeks comfort over growth, pleasure over progress, and familiarity over transformation. Without discipline, the mind is a prisoner of past conditioning, forever stuck in cycles that lead nowhere. But the moment you take control, when you decide that you will no longer be a servant to your own thoughts, that is when true power is unlocked. Training the mind requires more than occasional motivation. It demands consistency. Just as a body must be exercised regularly to grow stronger, the mind must be exercised daily through conscious thought, deliberate focus, and unwavering commitment to self-mastery. Every time you reject a negative thought, you strengthen your control. Every time you push through fear instead of retreating, you build resilience. Every time you replace doubt with certainty, you condition your mind to expect success rather than failure. These small choices, made consistently, transform the mind from an enemy into an ally. The disciplined mind does not entertain distractions. It does not dwell on problems but seeks solutions. It does not waste energy on self-pity, but channels it into self-improvement. It does not allow fleeting emotions to dictate decisions, but remains fixed on long-term vision. A mind trained in discipline operates from a place of power rather than reaction. It does not look for external validation because it already knows its worth. It does not wait for circumstances to change before believing in success. It believes first, and the world adjusts accordingly. The greatest achievements, the boldest transformations, and the most extraordinary successes are born from minds that have been disciplined into clarity, focus, and unwavering determination. A weak mind bends under pressure, but a trained mind rises above it. A distracted mind chases every impulse, but a focused mind remains locked onto its goal. The ability to master one's own mind is the key to mastering life itself, and until that mastery is achieved, one will always remain a prisoner to their own undisciplined thoughts. The mind responds to certainty. When you act as if your desire is already yours, you are sending a clear and powerful message to your subconscious. This is not a wish. This is not a distant hope. This is reality. Every thought, every emotion, and every action begins to align with this belief, and in doing so, you shift the way you interact with the world. People often wait for external proof before they believe in their success, but the truth is, belief precedes reality. The world does not grant you what you want. It reflects what you believe you already possessing, what you seek. You no longer chase it, you attract it. Doubt is the greatest barrier to manifestation. The moment you hesitate, question, or entertain the thought that your desire is out of reach, you push it further away. Acting as if means eliminating all traces of uncertainty. It means carrying yourself with the confidence of someone who has already succeeded, making decisions with the clarity of one who already knows the outcome, and moving through life with the certainty that what you seek is not a possibility, but an inevitability. This is not about pretending or deceiving yourself. It is about embodying the mindset and energy of the person who already has what you desire. Many people allow their external circumstances to dictate their internal state, reacting to what they see rather than creating what they want. They wait for success before feeling successful, wait for love before feeling worthy, and wait for abundance before feeling prosperous. But this approach keeps them stuck. The key is to reverse the process. Feel successful now, walk with the confidence of love now, embody abundance now, and the external world will shift to match your inner state. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you live as though your desire is already yours, your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with that reality, making it inevitable. Every great achievement begins with someone who dared to believe in the unseen. Visionaries, leaders, and creators throughout history did not wait for permission to see themselves as successful. They acted as though they had already reached their goal long before it was visible to the world. They spoke with conviction, moved with purpose, and carried themselves as if their dream was already a reality. This unwavering belief is what separates those who achieve from those who remain stuck in doubt. When you live in the energy of your fulfilled desire, opportunities begin to align, people begin to respond differently, and circumstances start bending in your favor. It is not enough to simply visualize your desire, you must step into it fully. Speak as if you have already received it. Walk as if it is already part of your life. Make decisions as the person who already possesses what they once longed for. Your subconscious mind takes instructions from the way you act and feel in the present moment. If you continue acting like someone who lacks, struggles, or waits, your reality will continue to reflect that. But the moment you shift into the identity of someone who already has, you trigger an internal transformation that begins reshaping everything around you. Doubt and hesitation weaken your ability to manifest. If you tell yourself that you want something but internally feel unworthy or uncertain, you create resistance. Acting as if means fully embracing the feeling of already having what you seek, without contradiction. This means letting go of any attachment to the how and trusting that the details will unfold naturally. The universe does not operate on hesitation. It responds to certainty. The more unwavering your belief, the faster your reality shifts to mirror it. This is why those who are truly confident in their vision see results, while those who constantly question themselves remain stuck in the same patterns. Many people sabotage their own desires by focusing on their current limitations instead of their future possibilities. They allow circumstances to dictate their beliefs instead of allowing their beliefs to shape their circumstances. Acting as if requires a complete shift in mindset. It means stepping beyond temporary struggles and identifying with the version of yourself that already possesses everything you seek. This is not a denial of reality, it is the creation of a new one. The world reflects what you project onto it, and the moment you align your identity with your desired outcome, you begin to see evidence of it everywhere. There is no waiting in the process of creation, only becoming. You do not wait for success to arrive, you step into it. You do not hope for love to find you, you embody it. You do not wish for abundance, you live as though it is already yours. The person you are today is creating the reality you will experience tomorrow. Every thought, every feeling, and every action is contributing to the future that unfolds before you. When you act as if your desire is already yours, you eliminate doubt, dissolve hesitation, and set in motion an unshakable force that brings your vision into reality.